What's going on? Welcome back. I'm here today to talk about three potential incoming signings at MLS clubs and break down the inside details about where each bid stands. We have Charlotte FC bidding for Danish wonderkid Albert Grønbæk, the Seattle Sounders still working on a deal to sign Argentine youth international Pedro de la Vega, and the latest on the LA Galaxy's expensive chase for a new designated winger. Let's get into it. Let's start with Charlotte FC. Sources told me that Charlotte FC bid around $9.5 million for Danish wonderkid and rising youth international Albert Grønbæk from FK Bodo Glimt. This is a huge bid. It would be a club record for both Charlotte and Bodo Glimt, but he's a very hot commodity based on reporting that's already out there. He's been linked with Napoli, Galatasaray, Leicester. The initial reaction to the news I put out here on the bid is that most people don't think this will be enough. People think that they could get more, reportedly up to maybe 15 million. Who knows? I'd imagine that this is going to be a very difficult deal to get done if Charlotte, continue to push on this. But again, 9.5 million, that shows their seriousness. That would be a huge signing. His profile, he's 22 years old. Again, Danish youth international. I got to imagine he's on the brink of making his senior international debut for Denmark. He just had his best season as a professional in 2023. He had 12 goals and 8 assists in 34 domestic appearances. He also has 4 goals and 2 assists in the UEFA Conference League. Bodo Glimt are into the knockout rounds as well. He was a big part of that. He's a number 10, but he could also play on either wing. He's definitely an attacker. Charlotte would be interested in him as a number 10, and that's where they would love to see him. And look, again, they're very interested in his ability to be goal dangerous himself and also create chances. Look, if you're spending $9.5 million or more on a number 10 in MLS, the player needs to bring a bunch of goals, and Charlotte FC would be very interested in that. He's somebody who would be a rising asset. They could develop him, help move him on to the next level, and he'd get paid along the way here. I'd be remiss if I don't say that he's a Football Manager wonder kid, and I'm used to signing him or trying to sign him a couple years into a couple of my Football Manager saves. So that's another fun one. Look, this is going to be a difficult deal. I don't know if it's going to get done or not. But again, Charlotte are working alongside the likes of some big European clubs, so we'll see kind of where this one heads. The Seattle Sounders continued their long slog in long, slow negotiations to try to sign Pedro de la Vega, a winger from Lanús. He would be a young DP for Seattle. The deal would be around $6 million. And again, I keep saying would be because nothing's finalized. Nothing's done. There's been a lot of negotiations, a lot of slow talks. The details aren't kind of getting there to the end. Seattle remained mildly confident or pretty confident, but who knows with some of these deals. It's been reported that now Corinthians has come in with a bigger bid. Who knows if that's completely real or if it's Lanús trying to get some more bucks out of Seattle Sounders here at the finish line. Look, so a little bit more on De La Vega. He had 6 goals and 7 assists in 2023, his best season as a pro. He's a great 1v1 dribbler. He's direct. He can eliminate defenders with the dribble, and that's a key quality that Seattle were looking for to try to use with this DP spot, because they believe that complements their other attackers like Albert Rusnak and Christian Roldan and Raul Ruiz-Diaz and kind of everybody else. And Leo Chu obviously is in this mold, but if you have $6 million to spend on a young winger, it's better to have more options than not. One interesting part of this is Seattle aren't desperate to get this done. They're not dying to add another DP or add another attacker. They really like Pedro de la Vega, and they really hope and are confident that this deal gets through, but it's not like they're in a situation where, okay, if this doesn't happen, we need to know right now because now we need to go sign another player. They'd be content waiting until the summer if this one doesn't come off, or, just trying to pick their spot on another good deal for, another target or another player. Seattle are returning the entire starting 11, I believe, from their playoff run. Nico Ladero was a key player, but he wasn't starting in the playoffs. So and he's left for Orlando City, and that's where this DP spot comes from. So all their stars are coming back. They believe that they outplayed LAFC on that day. LAFC won with a Denny Bouanga wonder goal. So Seattle are pretty confident in kind of where they sit. And if they don't get this Pedro de la Vega deal over the line, we'll see kind of what happens, but it's not like they're in desperation mode. The LA Galaxy have 2 open DP spots and intend to fill both, one on a DP winger and one on a DP forward, after Chicharito and Douglas Costa left this offseason. The search for the DP winger zeroed in on Ramon Sosa, a Paraguay international with Talleres in Argentina, and it has not quite gone so smooth, and currently talks are inactive. The Galaxy had a $12.5 million bid rejected. They were a little bit surprised that that offer didn't get it over the line, and they are not willing to raise their offer any further than that. So as of right now, that deal's not happening unless Tyrus comes back to the table and kind of goes back on the negotiation, or maybe this was just a bluff. Who knows? But the Galaxy are operating as if that one's done. Again, unless that something changes. Sosa would have been a really good fit for this team. What they're looking for is somebody more vertical, more direct, and goal dangerous to play on that wing, opposite of Diego Fagundes. With Ricky Puig running the show in the middle, he's a creative player. He's going to look to get on the ball in those half spaces, in those, just finding the game and dictating the game. Diego Fagundes on the left wing is a creative player who's also a creator. He's also somebody who wants to get on the ball and have the ball to feet. So to balance out those two other attackers with their DP spot, they're looking for somebody vertical, direct, and athletic. Ramon Sosa is that. He can contribute goals. He was, I believe in like the 90th percentile of successful one-on-ones per 90 minutes over the last year, something to that effect. He's a dribbly boy. That's as the key analytics term would let you see. So that's kind of the profile that I'd expect them to look for. They've also been linked with a forward, Gabriel Peck. They've also been linked with, or I'm not sure if they were linked. I know that they were interested in Internacional striker or forward Mauricio. But from what I've heard, Internacional don't really want to negotiate this winter. They think that they can get a bigger deal in the summer when more European teams are likely to be interested in him. Charlotte FC had a bid rejected, and they're top of their list in terms of the discovery rights. Seattle Sounders were interested as well. So that's another player to watch, but I don't see that being very likely for the LA Galaxy right now. And again, they're going to fill their two DP spots, and the search goes on. They have about, 6 weeks until the season starts, or 6 or 7 weeks until the season starts, another week until preseason starts. So it's not a huge urgency, but we're getting there because you want to have enough time for the player to have as full of a preseason as possible and to hit the ground running in 2024. The Galaxy desperately need a good start. How would I sum up my performance today? Look, not great. That starts with me. It's a team performance, but I got to be better. Look, I coughed a couple too many times. I don't think the transitions were that good. Video quality isn't great because I bought a camera. And I didn't get an adapter for another USB, so I had to pick between the mic and the camera. And look, at this stage of the game, I thought it was the right decision to go with the microphone. But look, I'm just looking forward to get back on the training ground, put it right. Look, we're just focused. We're just looking forward back to the drawing board. Blinders on, work hard, ear to the grindstone, 1 foot at a time, and hope to be better next time.